Part 3. So, having set forth the above, I can return to further elucidate on your original question, which was, who is your creator, and is your creator the same as our creator? As I said, yes and no. Ultimately, every living thing, and all things are living, is created by the one infinite creator's initial universal creation. So yes, taken from that perspective, the one infinite creator focuses its infinite intelligence onto an awareness point of infinite energy and brings the whole of creation into being, though we are not directly created by the one infinite creator, but rather by our own logos, sublogos, and sub-sublogos, and so on. So, from that perspective, whilst we are all essentially made up of the same stuff of creation, initiated by the one infinite creator, our actual personal creators are different portions or sublogos of the one. In other words, yes, our creator, while originating from the same source, is not the same entity as your creator. Which brings me on to a question from another poster. I will continue with your other questions afterwards, but this enables me to indirectly answer the first aspect of your question without having to ask you to rephrase it due to having to carefully dance around the free will issue. You say that you come from 13 original bloodlines, yet the DNA mapping project clearly proved that all humanity descends from only 3. Does this mean that you are not human? An excellent question, thank you. Yes, that is correct in a manner of speaking. If you were to meet me walking down the street, I would appear just as human as you do. We've been incarnating here with you for generations, yet our bloodlines do not originate from this plane or planet. Your answer to the 6 disciplines of learning are quite similar to a book about Atlantis that was supposed to have been channeled. Was this also a time for your bloodlines to post answers? Yes, that is correct, again, in a manner of speaking. Other, shall we say, off-world entities also visited the planet at that time and passed down their own understanding of creation as well as their technology from what would best be described as being a future aspect of yourselves. It was humanity's errors in handling this information that ultimately led to the destruction of Atlantis. Having now answered a question, or whether or not our lineage is of human origin, I can return to tie in that answer with an explanation as to who is our creator. I'm dancing close to the line in answering this, but the record needs to be set straight, and I should just about to be able to get away with it without incurring my own upline's displeasure. Let's get to the crux of the matter. Your creator, the one you have called Yahweh, is not God inasmuch as your Bible refers to him as being the one true God. He is a creator, or sub-logos, rather than the one infinite creator. He's not even a galactic level logos, but rather is the planetary logos for this planet. Our creator is the one you refer to as Lucifer, the light bearer, and bright and morning star. Our creator is not the devil as he has been spuriously portrayed in your Bible. Lucifer is what you would call a group soul, or a social memory complex, which has evolved to the level of the 6th density, which in effect means that he, or more accurately we, has evolved to a level sufficient that we have attained a status equal or arguably greater than that of Yahweh. We have evolved higher than him. In appearance, were you to gaze upon Lucifer's fullest expression of our being, the appearance would be that of a sun or a bright star. Or when stepping down into a third density vibration, we would appear as what you may term an angel or light being. Allow me to elucidate. When an entity, or a group soul complex, evolves to the level of the sixth density, it is by comparison to the amount of time it takes to get that far a mere hop, skip, and a jump from eighth density ultimate reunion with the one infinite creator, and then from there back to dissolution into the source of all intelligent infinity. We, our bloodline families, as a group soul or social memory complex termed Lucifer, we're on the verge of seventh density ascension. Though at this level, before harvest comes, we have the choice to progress higher or to return to help others of lower densities with their own evolution by passing down our knowledge and wisdom, or light, to those that call upon us for assistance with their own free will. Now, at this time, having made our decision to stay and help our galactic brothers and sisters in the One, we were assigned a challenging task by the Council of Elders who act as the guardians of the galaxy from their 8th density headquarters on the planet Saturn. Yahweh, due to the fact that he had not, as was his right as a planetary logos, handed down his own free will to know thyself to those incarnating upon his planet, was having very little evolutionary progress therein. So we, Lucifer, we were sent to help. Once the order was given from the Council of Elders, we fell or descended back to a place where we could, with hard work and focus, once again materialize a third density manifestation of ourself. Yahweh had agreed to our coming. In fact, it was he who initially asked the council for a catalyst of change to enter into his creation and share the knowledge and wisdom we had attained through our ascensions. In the absence of free will upon the planet, there can be no polarity, and therefore nothing to choose between. Just as is portrayed in the book of Genesis, the planet was very Edenic, like Eden in nature. Sure, it was a lovely paradise, yet the beings incarnating there had no agitator toward evolving beyond the third density, and therefore little hope of ever making it the journey home to the One. Yahweh has been happy to keep his own little pet Eden project in effect, but with little chance of the souls here making it home, it had become in effect an albeit very beautiful prison. Yahweh was, in modern parlance, running a benign dictatorship. Without polarity, derived from free will, there is only the unity of love and light, and no choice to experience other than that. So, we were to be the catalyst for change, in order to provide that choice, thus bringing polarity. Yahweh agreed that we would introduce the concept of free will to Earth's inhabitants by offering them an initial choice as to whether they wanted it or not. Hence, the tree of knowledge of good and evil, or more accurately, the knowledge of polarity, of positive or negative. Yahweh takes his inhabitants to a new garden and tells them that you can do anything you like except this one thing, thus creating the desire to do the one thing that they are told they cannot. Hence, a choice. We provide the catalyst by telling them the benefits of attaining knowledge. They eat from the tree, and the rest is history. Yahweh thought that his children would still choose to obey him, and when he discovered that they did not, he became angry. As he himself describes in his scriptures, he is a jealous God, and he did not like that his children had chose to disobey him and follow our advice. We're already committed to being here for a predefined set of cycles to help provide the catalyst for the human evolution, namely by offering you the negative option, or that which you choose to call evil. Now that free will had been granted, Yahweh could not retract it, and we have to stay here as contracted to continue to provide the planet with the polarity choice. Since then, Yahweh has confined us, as a group soul, here within the Earth's astral planes, which is very constricting and uncomfortable for a being of our wisdom and experience. The Council of Elders gave us the choice to be released, against Yahweh's will, but at the cancellation of our contract to serve the planet Earth, or to remain and fulfill our assignment and endure Yahweh's self-proclaimed wrath. We stayed, but as a karmic result of our group soul's confinement by Yahweh, our own individuated souls were given to the mandate by the Council to rule over Yahweh's people during our physical incarnations here on your planet. Let's be clear about one thing, though. All of this physical life incarnation is very intricate and skillfully designed as a game, whereby the one infinite creator plays the game of forgetting who it is so that it can learn to remember, and in doing so experience and know itself as a creator, all the way down to us tiny individuated sparks of the all that is. Offstage, or between lives, we call zero-point time or antimatter universe. As incarnated human beings, we, all of us, you as souls, and us are great friends, brothers and sisters in the one. Now, between lives, we all have a great laugh about the parts we have performed in the play, to look forward to and have great fun preparing the next chapters to act out. I hope that during the above answer, I have adequately covered your question on what is our interpretation of good versus evil. If not, please say, and I will go into more detail. Can you elaborate on the coming harvest, and what exactly do you mean by harvest? I can. I will combine my answer to you with my reply to the following question, which is 2012 harvest time? When you speak of the harvest, hold on, this is the question. When you speak of the harvest, it has echoes of chaos Gnosticism in the sense that we are divine souls trapped in the physical world, continuously reincarnated into flesh until the time that we reach such a level of spiritual gnosis that we are able to avoid being reincarnated in our next cycle. Is this the foundation of your belief? Another excellent and very insightful question, thank you. The higher the quality of the question, the more depth I can give to your answer. It all has to do with the laws of confusion and free will. Yes, the noonday winter solstice sun of December 21st, 2012 is the time when the Lord of the harvest shall return. You might know him as Nibiru. Read up on the Mayan prophecies and calendar events for more detail upon how the actual galactic and universal cycles work. The travelers who gave them this information were the same ones who visited the civilization of Atlantis. The Mayans used that information by creating with the positive vibration of the polarity. The Atlanteans opted for the negative. Yes, to answer your question, there is much truth in some of the ancient Gnostic texts, though there are also distortions. The information is not pure, it came through many filters. You are indeed what you call divine souls. You are sparks or seeds of the one infinite creator. You are life itself, or light. Remembering and learning who you really are. We came here to help you do this. And yes, currently you are trapped, or more accurately, quarantined within the matter of this planet that you call Earth. To be continued.